Harry had seen plenty of strange things since first contact, but the violet-skinned woman handing out neon pink flyers in the middle of downtown station still made him do a double take. She stood near the Central Plaza fountain, her crystalline eyes scanning the crowd with an intensity that seemed almost desperate. Her appearance was striking, tall and graceful, with skin that shimmered like crushed amethyst under the station's artificial lighting. Small, bioluminescent patterns traced delicate spirals along her arms and neck, pulsing gently with each breath. She wore what appeared to be formal attire from her species, though to human eyes it looked like flowing mercury frozen mid-splash. "Seeking life partner," she called out in slightly accented but perfectly clear English. "No conditions, no requirements, please take flyer." Harry watched as humans and aliens alike gave her a wide berth, most assuming it was some kind of scam or elaborate prank. In the 3 years since the Galactic Coalition had made contact with Earth, humanity had learned that if something seemed too good to be true among the stars, it usually was. But something in her voice, a tremor of genuine vulnerability, made Harry pause. He approached cautiously, and the alien woman's face lit up with hope as she thrust a flyer into his hands. Up close, he could see that her crystalline eyes held depths of swirling colors, like looking into a kaleidoscope. "Thank you for listening," she said, her relief palpable. "My name is Honey. I am Venshara from the Crystal Nebula Colonies." Harry glanced at the flyer. It was surprisingly straightforward, no fine print, no hidden clauses. Just a simple statement, seeking human male for permanent partnership bond. No conditions, requirements, or expectations. Please contact if interested. "This is," Harry started, looking up from the flyer. "Forgive me, but this seems unusual. Why specifically a human, and why no conditions at all?" Honey's bioluminescent patterns flickered rapidly, a sign of embarrassment Harry had learned from his xenobiology courses. "May I explain? Perhaps over calf drink. I will pay." 20 minutes later, they sat in a quiet corner of the station's human-style coffee shop. Honey cradled her cup delicately, her 3-fingered hands making the ceramic seem fragile as glass. "In galactic society," Honey began, "partnership bonds are transactional, my species especially. We calculate genetic compatibility, resource potential, social standing, advancement. Love is," she paused, searching for words, "an afterthought, a pleasant bonus if it happens." Harry nodded slowly, sipping his coffee. "But humans do it differently." "Yes," Honey's patterns blazed bright with excitement. "I studied your species extensively. Humans bond for love, for companionship, for emotional connection, not calculation." She leaned forward, her voice dropping to something almost reverential. "Do you know what that means to someone like me? To choose a partner because you want them, not because they scored highest on compatibility matrix." "So you're looking for love," Harry said. "But why the flyers? Why so public about it?" Honey's glow dimmed. "Because I have tried normal ways. Human dating apps, social gatherings, introduction services. But always when humans learn I am Venshara, they research my species. They learn about our wealth, our longevity, our status in coalition. Then they see me differently. They wonder what I want from them. They become suspicious or greedy." She gestured at the flyer. "So I thought, what if I remove all suspicion? What if I offer everything, ask for nothing? Then perhaps someone might see just me." Harry felt something twist in his chest. He'd been on Earth during first contact, had watched as humanity scrambled to find its place among species that had been traveling the stars for millennia. He'd seen the opportunists who tried to exploit alien naivety about human customs, and the aliens who'd seen humans as primitives to be patronized or exploited in turn. But Honey seemed genuinely different. There was a loneliness in her crystalline eyes that transcended species. "The irony," Harry said quietly, "is that this approach might attract exactly the kind of opportunists you're trying to avoid." "I know," Honey admitted, "but I am desperate enough to try anyway. On my world, I would be matched by now calculated partnerships, signing contracts, beginning reproduction schedule. But I visited Earth once 3 cycles ago and I saw a human couple in park. They were old, wrinkled, moving slowly, and they held hands and laughed together like. She struggled for words. Like they contained whole universe between them. I want that. I want someone who chooses me not because algorithm says we are 97.3% compatible, but because their heart, illogical, inefficient human heart, wants mine. Harry found himself smiling. You know humans aren't perfect, right? Our relationships fail all the time. Hearts break. People lie and cheat and disappoint each other. But they also don't, Honey countered. They also stay together through hardship. They sacrifice for each other. They build lives on foundation of wanting to be together, not having to be together. That possibility, that choice, is beautiful to me. They talked for hours. Honey explained how Venshara partnerships were essentially business arrangements, how she'd been raised to optimize every decision for maximum benefit. Harry shared his own failed relationships, the messy humanity of heartbreak and hope. They discovered shared interests, a love of old Earth science fiction, a fascination with stellar cartography, an appreciation for terrible puns that worked across species. As the station's artificial sun began its sunset cycle, Harry realized he hadn't checked his comm once. Hadn't thought about the cargo shipment he was supposed to be inspecting or the reports he needed to file. I should go, Honey said reluctantly, her patterns pulsing with a soft golden hue. Thank you for listening, for not treating me like curiosity or opportunity. Wait, Harry heard himself say. He pulled out the flyer she'd given him, now crumpled from being in his pocket. This contact information, it's really yours. Yes, Honey said, hope flickering across her features. I'm not promising anything, Harry said carefully, but maybe we could do this again, actually get to know each other. No pressure, no conditions, just see what happens. Honey's entire body erupted in brilliant, cascading patterns of light, a Venshara's uncontrolled expression of pure joy. Several nearby patrons turned to stare, but neither Harry nor Honey noticed. Yes, she breathed. Yes, I would like that very much. Over the following weeks, they met regularly. Coffee became dinners, became long walks through the station's observation decks, watching ships come and go against the backdrop of stars. Harry learned that Honey laughed like wind chimes, that she was terrible at human poker but brilliant at three-dimensional chess, that she'd memorized entire human poetry collections, because the concept of using inefficient language to convey emotion fascinated her. Honey learned that Harry had a crooked smile that appeared whenever he was thinking of a joke, that he took his coffee with too much sugar, that he'd chosen to work in space because he'd always felt like he was looking for something he couldn't name. I think I found it, he told her one night, as they floated in the station's zero-G observation bubble, Earth a blue marble beneath them. Found what? Honey asked, her hand finding his in the darkness. What I was looking for. 3 months after their first meeting, Harry found one of Honey's original flyers tucked in his quarters. He'd kept it, though he couldn't quite say why. Looking at it now, the simple plea for connection, the vulnerability of offering everything and asking for nothing, he understood what had drawn him to her that day. It wasn't the promise of no conditions. It was the courage it took to be that honest, that open, in a galaxy full of calculated exchanges. He pulled out his comm and sent a message to Honey. Found one of your flyers. Pretty sure you can stop handing those out now. Her response came immediately, her words accompanied by a photo of her glowing patterns in the soft pink hue that meant affection. Already recycled them all. Only needed one person to see me. Turns out, right person did. Harry smiled, looking out at the stars. Humanity had joined the galactic community, bringing with them their art, their music, their technology. But perhaps their greatest export was something simpler, the radical notion that the best partnerships weren't calculated, they were chosen. And sometimes, All it took was a neon pink flyer and the courage to ask.